the column was called Danger's Failed Film Pitches. And there's a little picture of me in it.
Charlie?
No, am I going too much here? All right. It is very phallic.
Wait.
This is going to be a hot reading for me.
All right, so Danger's Failed Film Pitches. I did about 20 of these. So this one is to Dimension Films, an email addressed to Dear Whoever Makes the Decisions over there. Hold on to your fourth wall breaking butts, because boy howdy, do I have a blockbuster idea for the next installment in your post-Craven meta-slasher film franchise Scream, which I have tentatively titled Scream 6 or 7 or whatever the hell one we're on. So we open on perennial survivor Sidney Prescott, played by Neve Campbell, at home, alone, warming up a pot of New England clam chowder, when she gets a call on the phone. What's your favorite scary movie? The gruff voice on the other end asks. Is this Ghostface? She immediately says. Yes. Oh, not again. I've killed like 10 of you already. I just want to make my New England clam chowder in peace. Is it the red kind or the white kind? Well, the red kind is technically called Manhattan clam chowder, though in general parlance, it often gets lumped into its more creamy brethren. You didn't answer my question. Okay, I'm making the red kind. Oh, I'm sorry. The answer we're looking for was the white kind. Okay, so what now? You're gonna come and stab me then? How can I stab you when you're already dead? A flashback now of all the other movies where we discover that in every scene Sidney was, every other scene Sidney was in, no one talked directly to her. Because, twist, she was a ghost the whole time and didn't even know it. She falls to her knees and cries out to the heavens, no! And the camera gets blurry and then fades out to reveal this whole thing was actually a story being told by a teenager named Traditionally Handsome Boy to a group of 5 other teenagers in a high school lunchroom. Because this is actually our principal cast. We have Traditionally Handsome Boy, Jock Boy, who is destined to die first, the Nerdy Boy, who is friends with the popular kids for some reason, Blonde Girl with big boobs, Somewhat Mousy Girl, and obviously the Killer Girl. The teens are so involved in the tale that none of them have even touched their New England clam chowder. It's the white kind too, with big clam chunks. I don't think that's how Scream 6 or 7 or whatever the hell one we're on should start, says the blonde girl. I think Scream 6 or 7 should start with a group of horror-obsessed teenagers in a high school lunchroom trying to guess what the plot of the next Scream movie should be. So, you mean exactly like the situation that is happening right now, says the obviously Killer Girl? Yes, they wouldn't even know they were in a movie. They would just be horror film fans and appreciators of the original series, says the blonde girl. Hey, we're fans of the original series, says the nerdy boy. So which one of us would die first, asked the mousy girl. And then the jock boy, who was destined to die first, suddenly drops dead. They look at him, confused. The blonde girl picks up her bowl of soup and picks up his bowl of soup and takes a sip. I think this clam chowder was poisoned, she says, and then she too drops dead. Oh man, the body count is so high, I'm only in the first scene of the movie, said the traditionally handsome boy. Or are we already at the end, says obviously the killer girl, who then reveals to the rest of them that they are already in the third act. She puts on her ghost face mask and says to her friends, here's how this is going to play out. We're going to sit in this lunchroom and pick each other off one by one. I'm going to get real stabby up in here. Mousy girl, it'll just be me and you at the end. Oh, and probably traditionally handsome boy too, depending on if you two are flirting or not. You can only flirt a little bit though, because if you flirt too hard, then there'll be a twist to reveal that he is also a killer who is helping me. But look, after everyone is dead, and you're the only one left, there's going to be another twist, where we find out that all the people in this movie were just the multiple personalities of some other Ghostface killer from one of the earlier films. Whoever we can get back for the sequel here. Maybe Matthew Lillard, if he's not too busy. So this whole scenario, including us and the lives we've been living up until now, were just imagined and only exist in Matthew Lillard's head as he tries to explain the plot to Scream 6 or 7 or whatever the hell one we're on to his therapist. So the therapist takes all this in. Though it's clear from his face that he remains skeptical. He gets up and looks out the window at the falling snow, behind which there's only darkness, as if the world ceased to exist beyond the buildings they were in, and the small parking lot outside of it. And then it suddenly occurs to him. Wait a second, the therapist says, a look of abject existential terror on his face. We're not real either, are we? And then Matthew Lillard starts laughing as he slips on a ghost face mask and attacks the therapist. The camera pulls back from this bloody scene, out the window, and across the infinite void to reveal the twist that the entire scene was taking place in a snow globe being held by a non-verbal kid. And everything we've watched so far was taking place inside of his imagination. How fucking wild is that? But wait, there's another twist.
Oh, no.
Almost immediately, the camera pulls back even further, and the screen slowly gets all green and digitalized. It's so cyberpunk looking. It turns out this kid actually lives in a computer simulation. His whole world is false. It's just like in The Matrix, except there's no kung fu in this movie, unless you want there to be, and I can do that in the rewrites. But there's a twist again after that. Because that's not even the end. And get this, the camera now pulls back even further than any human being had ever thought possible, and now you find out that the computer simulation doesn't exist either. This whole thing is really just taking place inside a Word document on Danger Slater's computer as a one-off joke for his Danger's Failed Film Pitches article in Unnerving magazine. You see, what Danger likes to do with these articles is take a single joke, in this case, parodying the self-referential nature of the Scream series, and push the idea to its most absurd end. And now here we are, the snake eating its own tail. But wait, fucking hell, I just thought of an even better twist. Because what if it turns out that you, the person listening to me, are actually in the movie too? Haven't you always wanted to be in a movie? Well, this is your big chance. Go and make yourself a bowl of New England clam chowder. So help me God, it better be the white kind. Put this down and I'll stop reading until you're done. Okay, ready? The soup is good? Here's how this actually ends. You're eating your soup when the phone suddenly rings. What's your favorite soup? The voice of the killer asks. Campbell's New England clam chowder, you say, because the real twist is this was a commercial for Campbell's soup the entire time. Campbell's. Good.